kind of are. I like it.
Hello everybody! Welcome back to our channel! So 2017 is soon enough coming to an end, and this causes for a lot of reflection of the 2017 year.
For example, I did my 17 things I learned in 2017. If you haven't checked that out, go ahead and do
check
so.
it out.
But we wanted to do something together because we haven't been filming as much together. But
Here we are.
here we are. And we will be doing
2017 favorites.
So if you want to share your favorites with us, make sure to comment them down below. We would love to hear your favorites. Everyone has different favorites. We have some of the same favorites.
I think we have very similar favorites because, as we said in our video for 20 facts about us, we're basically twinsies, so we like a lot of the same things.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of things that she said, I was like, oh yeah, me too, but then we didn't want to make this video just like, oh yeah, me too, oh yeah, me too. So we kind of picked two separate things, except for maybe like one of them that we really decided like that was our favorite.
Yeah. So if you'd like to know what our favorites were in, you know, pop culture and personals and blah, 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 then please continue watching. And thank you so much for sticking around. And let's get going.
Our first favorite category is movie. What was your favorite movie in 2017?
So my favorite movie of 2017 was It. And she hadn't seen it, so I took her to go see it at like the $2 theater, and it was still really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was just like scary. Had like a good storyline. It made me cry. It made me jump. It gave me all the feels, and it was a really good remake of the original. You Will Float Too.
I actually really enjoyed it, but I felt like since I am a total nerd to the max, I'm a Marvel Universe gal, so I always go watch all the Marvel movies. And this year, Thor took it home for me. I watched that movie like twice in a row, and it was still just as great. I thought it had a great storyline. I think all Marvel movies do. They know how to really set out a great storyline. With Thor, I feel like it had a good storyline, but also it was
I'm just kidding. Storyline. No, girl, you were about to smack me.
oh sorry.
Good storyline.
But it also had that comedic feel to it, but it was done right. I don't know if you get what I mean. If you haven't watched Thor, go watch it. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. They're really good movies. I'm excited. I don't know why. Okay.
Your favorite song of 2017?
It was hard to choose a song because I usually stay to like my old, like the music that I've been listening to for years. That's just on my iTunes, and that's just like my go-to music that, you know, sometimes I do like to hear from the outside world of what's going on right now. And the one that really touched my heart in some way was Miley Cyrus' Malibu. I just feel it was a really beautiful song, and it just like transports you to like Malibu, but it just has like, I don't know, a good feeling to me. It transports me to a very peaceful, very Malibu place.
Okay, my favorite song was also from a Cyrus, Noah Cyrus. And there isn't like a deep reason. There isn't a deep reason for it or anything like that. It's just like literally the day that I first heard it, I like heard it nonstop all day, and then I told her about it, and then we heard it nonstop for like ever.
It became like our sister song.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to choose that same song again, so I chose another one.
So this is Noah Cyrus again featuring XOXO. I don't know how you say it. I don't really care for him, but That song is so good. And then I found a cover on
SoundCloud
by this guy, and it sounded even better.
What was your favorite trend of 2017?
My favorite trend was kind of like a lot of trends in one, I guess you could kind of say. It was just kind of the trend of the 90s trends coming back this year.
Hashtag space buns.
Yeah, space buns, chokers, crop tops, grungy 90s stuff, all the shirts that have like the pictures of the old shows and movies that you used to watch and things like that. So it was very nostalgic to walk through Forever 21 and all these other stores that have that and like see that on Instagram and da whatever. So it's just very like nostalgic, I guess. I mean, not all of it is like my favorite or anything like that. And yeah, but that made me feel old and stuff. So thank you, 2017. What's yours?
Hashtag same. But I wanted to pick something different. So
hashtag now I feel bad about mine. Listen to hers.
I feel like, especially in 2017, I saw a lot of people or influencers on social media, people standing up for what they believe in or like fighting for others or letting real world news be known and not just, like knowing by the biased news, but really getting personal information and then having that be spread out and be known to the world. And so I saw a lot of that this year, and I think it's really great that people are using platforms to, for a greater cause. So I thought that was a really good trend in 2017.
Makeup! Yay! Now, let's be honest, we didn't buy like a crap load of makeup this year because transitions, brokenness, student, quit job, all those things in life. But obviously we can't resist ourselves and we had to buy some stuff. This is your favorite makeup product, related product or whatever that you bought in 2017.
So when the Thanksgiving Black Friday sales were going on, it was really hard not to get something because they were really great deals. So what I ended up buying was from Gerard Cosmetics. I ended up buying the Slay All Day setting spray, and that changed the wear of my makeup, which I really enjoyed. Because I'm like an oily girl myself, as is she. I changed the wear of my makeup, and I really enjoyed that because I felt like I was fresh all day. So I felt good all day. So that's always a plus, right?
Mine was the Jaclyn Hill palette. My favorite for several reasons. First of all, the palette itself is awesome. It's great. It's great for everyday use. It's great for pop-up color. It's great for Christmas. It's great for, some bright, some whatever. Like, it has everything, and it's so easy to use. I like Jaclyn Hill, and I like her channel. I'm a fan, a follower, whatever. And so it was just really nice to see that she came out with something, and, seeing how proud she was of it, how hard she worked for it, whatever. And, like, it kind of sucks that like people have really negative stuff to say about her, but yeah, and she's been so generous with it too, which I think is something that's great. Not all brands do. Like, yeah, brands send their new products out to like their PR lists and stuff, but she's really been generous, and I shouldn't just say her, like her and Linda from Morphe have really been generous with the palette. And I think people have, why is my voice doing this?
Because you're really feeling it deep inside of you.
And I think people have really responded to it well for the most part, so I just love it.
What is your favorite memory of 2017?
Memory! My favorite memory of 2017 was, or is, finally moving out with my husband and getting our own apartment.
No! That was my least favorite.
I mean, it was like super bittersweet, but it was really cool to like, because we had, I'm probably going to do a video about my whole process and like tips and tricks and stuff for apartment hunting, especially if you're moving to Los Angeles or like a bigger city, but the process of it was like the actual apartment hunt was so draining just because it's so competitive out there in our budget and everything. So finally getting something, and it just worked out so perfectly. Like our manager really helped us out in the process and helped us get the apartment. So yeah, so just getting that was kind of like, whew, even though it's like, okay, now we gotta pay rent, we gotta pay, but still, it's just like, it's nice.
My favorite memory overall was getting accepted into my master's program. I feel that was like kind of a, because 2017 has been like a woo year, and I feel like that was kind of like a good shift. A good shift. And so I know it's like, it was a difficult decision, but I feel it was right in a way. I mean, I'm still like scared, like just, am I scared?
I'm not scared.
That's how scared I am. Just like, cause making a decision that big is really like, you have to commit to it. And but I feel like I'm in a good path, so I'm pretty happy that I'm getting this experience. I feel like I'm really growing a lot from it, so that's kind of what I'm really most enjoying, is growing and seeing myself grow.
Well, what was your favorite experience of 2007? Our favorite experience was the same. So it was going to Nicaragua together. It was the first time that we've traveled together somewhere far on a plane and stayed somewhere for, a while. And yeah, we went with family, but, it was the two of us. But it was really fun, and, we got to see our grandma, and we got to be with our sister and our family and stuff. So it was a really cool experience.
So as she said, it was our favorite experience. But I just feel in 2017 that we have put a lot of work on our YouTube channel, and we've just seen it, grow, and it's so exciting, and we've just had so many ideas, and just getting really serious with it. It's just been something that, it's been a really great experience, and I see it going somewhere, and it's really exciting because it's with like my best friend. And so I really enjoy that. So hopefully 2018 it'll be the same.
Better.
Or better. What's your favorite quote? Quote.
Okay, so this is kind of hard for me because there's so much stuff, like quotes and stuff, but I didn't remember any apparently. And like so much advice and things that I've heard, because it wasn't just like quotes that you hear, but if anyone has said anything that stuck with you. So it took me a while, but the one that just kind of popped into my head right away, and I was like, I'm gonna go with that one. Obviously it's there for a reason. So it's, but what if it does? It's true. But what if it does? I can't not say it without an accent. But what if it does? Anyway, I'll like roll a clip of like Amber Scholl saying it instead. It sounds more inspirational like that. Anyway, this quote is from a YouTuber named Amber Scholl. And she has been like one of our biggest inspirations this year, because we started watching her a little bit late last year, I think. And she was like at 200,000 or something like that, and so her personality was just like super bubbly, and we're like, oh my gosh, this is our best friend too. And then she like recently hit 1 million, and so like her story is just like super inspirational. She's always, positive and like showing her love to her supporters and things like that. So she came out with a necklace. Anyway, there's like a whole little story. We'll link her video where she talks about that down below, but she has this quote that kind of got her through and like kept motivating her, and it's what if it does, which is basically the second part to what if it doesn't come true or something like that? And then, but what if it does?
What if?
So, yeah, so that's kind of been our motivation too, you know. Oh, I spit and I saw that.
Why would you wipe my spit away?
So that's what kind of has been our motivation for our YouTube channel too, is, you know, what if it does? What if great things happen to our channel?
This was hard because I am a pretty big quote person, so I like to look at inspirational quotes. I think they're inspirational. But one is that I have on my phone, and I found it at the beginning of this year, and I kind of just put it as my screensaver. And it's something that helped me get through this year, just with my anxiety and just everything that's been going on in 2017 for me. That quote is, "Let your faith be bigger than your fear." And so that just kind of kept me grounded this whole year, just kind of leaving all my my worries, my anxieties, and just leaving everything to God. Like we said in our video, we are, you know, religious, and so that's something that's really big for us. So that for me just helped me through this year, and so it's really meaningful to me. So
Okay, what is your favorite video that we have filmed together
this year, I think this one. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I've had like so much fun filming all of them. They all have like their own different memories. I think because that experience of going to Nicaragua together was such a big memory in 2017, that just filming for that travel vlog that we did, it just like kind of meshed all of our memories from that trip into one, and we just have it in our YouTube channel. That, you know, as memories, but we also get to share it with all of you. And
favorite one was soon after we came from Nicaragua, we went to Malibu because our cousins kept talking about Malibu over there, and or one of our cousins, and that's like a place that he really wants to go to, and you know, it was like Miley, Cyrus, and Malibu. So we're like, hey, let's go, and like we'll film a lookbook, you know, so they get to see it in like all its glory and stuff, and they get to see us again. And, so it was like a really fun experience. It was like a beautiful little beach that we went to, and we had like a lot of fun filming. And when I was editing it, there was like certain parts that just synchronized so perfectly without me really doing anything. So I was like, hell yeah, this is good. I'm good. But yeah, so that was like, it's one of my favorites.
Hashtag same. On a more serious note, what was your favorite life lesson? She laughs.
Okay, so I talked about this a little bit a little bit in my 17 things that I learned in 2017. And I talked about how I quit my job, and the thing that I learned was not putting your efforts into someone who doesn't really support or believe in you. So yeah, that was like, it's kind of just been like a motivator, is that a word? That concept has just kind of been with me through the year, and you know, influenced the decision that I'm making, that I've made in terms of like jobs and just like what I want to focus on. Because from quitting my job was pretty much I guess the catapult, you could say. Little word. I guess you could say, for me really establishing the fact that eventually I want to be my own boss, because who's going to believe in me more than I do? And who's going to work harder, you know, for what I want than like me? So why am I going to depend on someone else to do that? I mean, you know what I mean? Essentially. So that really just, that was like all over the place, but basically if you're in a place where you don't feel supported and you don't feel like you're being, don't put yourself through that. I mean, if you have to for a certain amount of time, it's understandable because that's what I did. But at the end of the day, I don't know, just don't, like, surround yourself, excuse me, surround yourself, Lala, with people who support you.
Hashtag
I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway.
Well, in 2017, I've been learning more about myself and just what I really want in my life. So I've kind of been making decisions to reflect that.
Oh my god, I mean,
that's good. That reflect me and who I really am or who I'm really wanting to be. Even though they're really, really hard. But it's just really, I've come to learn in that.
Sorry.
Oh, payback.
Revenge.
That's life. Like, I guess I'm learning to make decisions for myself. I've always had decisions more or less be made for me, and I never really stepped up to where I put my foot down and be like, no, and really think things through and what's best for me and what I really, really want. Not just right now, but in general, in my life in general. So I guess it's just coming into...
Coming of age.
I'm coming of age. Yeah, sure. That.
Okay, our last favorites for 2017 is... Who is your favorite YouTuber? What?
Mimi and Lala.
I thought we were going to say it at the same time. So I was like, 1, 2. But yes, that's a good one. Okay, bye.
Bye. But aside from us, I do enjoy watching our videos. Whatever, we're our number one fans. Like, I'm your number one fan.
Mimi. That was my life lesson. Who else is going to support us more than us?
Exactly. But aside from us,
we have 2.
And they're the same because we're twinsies.
Yay! So one of them is Shane Dawson.
Shane, if you're watching this, thank you.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, if you're watching this. No, he's like super funny, and we're always like, did you watch this last video? Like, it's just getting us through tougher times. And lately too, he's just been putting out like more personal content, which is also just cool and like respectable, because it's kind of hard to do that. And I think people, when they pretend to do that or they do that, it's more with like a certain kind of facade, because it's it's hard to share your actual life. So yeah, I just think he's genuine and funny, and
and he doesn't have terrible content. His content
not at all.
Is
awesome.
7 times awesome.
Yeah.
Like, if you know what that's from. If you watch his videos.
And also, let his videos be monetized. And our other favorite YouTuber we already mentioned. But what if he does?
I'm Scholl, the sassiest person on YouTube.
Yes, she's just beautiful inside and out. She's like inspo for like aesthetics, and she's inspo for like just heart and everything, and she's just awesome. And she can make a video about like anything and it's still entertaining.
Yeah, and she can even like do her sponsors like in her video, and you don't even care because you're like, yes girl, I'll support you in your sponsorship, like go do your thing, girl. Like,
yeah,
it's like
so both of them
they're great influencers in our life.
Yes, they are. So there you have it, 2017. I bid you adieu. We'll see what 2018
brings.
brings us.
Say goodbye. Shoo.
Get out of here. Okay, so that are just some of our favorites of 2017. So please let us know down below any of your favorite products that you bought, favorite YouTubers, maybe a Lala I know. Your favorite trends, or even like, yike. Or even, you know, any of your least favorites. We didn't talk about that, but there's been plenty this year,
yeah.
I'm sure.
We want to keep it positive, so. But we want
to hear.
We want to hear yours. We're chismosas.
We're chismosas, that's what I was going to say. We're chismosas, so go ahead. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching our video and for making 2017 like awesome, because we gained like 200 plus subscribers.
Yay! Thank you.
And you know, we hear from some of you, so we were like, yeah, they're actually subscribed. They
actually watch our videos. They're at least like, yeah.
You know, kind of. So thank you so much, and we hope that your 2017 closes in a loving and peaceful and, I don't know, awesome way, and you ring in 2018.
I wish I had a bell.
And yeah, and if you want to follow us on our journey in 2018, then you can go ahead and follow us on our other social media, which is Mimi and Lala 1005.
In case you didn't understand, we really want you to follow us. 1005.
And don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow, because we are starting a vlogged down to 2018.
Whoa.
So yeah, stay tuned for that.
Come join us every day until we count down to
2018.
2018.